Sony is making moves and making deals, and this is really great news for everybody with a PlayStation 5 or a future PlayStation 5. Maybe a PlayStation 5's in your future, and you want to get a hold of one, and you want to actually, play some of those great games coming out. Clearly, it might take a little while because they're not expected to fully be ready and in stock until sometime in 2023. Who the hell knows? But again, this is really good news, and this shakeup is nothing but good news for Sony. And listen, I think that, what Sony has been up to, I like what some of the stuff that they're doing, right? I'm not going to lie. I think some of the stuff that they're doing is pretty impressive, right? But I also want to point out that I think that clearly some of the stuff that they're doing is a situation where I'm not a big fan. And that's just with any company. I think any company out there, no matter who the company is probably going to do some things that piss you off a little bit and some things that you really enjoy. And this is sort of one of the things that I think is a very smart move on Sony's part. Let's get into this right now. What's up, everybody? It's me, Crapgamer, with Crapgamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. I really do appreciate it. If you're looking to help out the channel, the best way to do it is a simple like. So please like. Let's get that out of the way. Very important that you guys do that. It keeps things going, keeps things interesting, keeps things fresh. And that's what it's all about. I'm super funky fresh, and that's what I like. So anyway, I wanted to say thank you guys for the support. It means everything to me. Now, getting into this, Sony has made some changes over the years, obviously from the PlayStation 4 to the PlayStation 5. Chief among these changes, Sean Layden stepped down, and then you get Jim Ryan up there. Yoshida went from head of studios to indie something or other, and then you had Herman Hulst come in there. Now he's the head of the studios, and now you got him putting everything on PC a few years later or whatever. So and that's one of the things I don't agree with, by the way. But there's usually, a ton of different things to kind of think about and talk about when it comes to these changes. But now, former Capcom CEO joins Sony. Former Capcom USA CEO Kichiro Urata has joined Sony Interactive Entertainment as the new Senior Vice President and head of the Japan Asia Partner Development and Relations Division. The appointment was shared on Sony's Japanese website alongside a renaming of the aforementioned division. Urata served as head of Capcom's USA and Europe's business divisions for almost 10 years, between September 2011 and August 2021. Prior to this, he held executive roles at Microsoft between 2002 and 2011. Back in March, they spoke to Urata about the impact of the pandemic on Capcom's strategy and the endurance of Resident Evil's older titles ahead of the franchise's 25th anniversary. PlayStation also made its third acquisition of the season, picking up UK studio Firesprite, assembled by the founders of Sony's former Liverpool studio. So that's all good news. It looks like they're bringing in somebody from Capcom to actually, if you think about this, it makes a ton of sense because it's going to be somebody that's going to be able to foster these partnerships through, like Asian markets and things like that. And of course, a lot of people think that, like, I get in like the Japanese market, and and I think having somebody in development relations is going to be a huge thing going forward for Sony, because a lot of people thought that Sony was potentially forgetting about their roots and things like that. And so now we see that, hey, that's not the case. They have their roots firmly set in place, and they're going to continue to go forward and continue to set an example and continue to get support from the Japanese development studios and things like that, which I think is very important for them, just because a lot of people just assume that PlayStation is declining here or there, and then of course it doesn't help that you have various places like Windows Central for some reason run sort of weird articles about PlayStation failing in Japan, even though they're ahead of where the PS4 was, despite shortages. People really just kind of, sometimes I think anyway, just talk out of their ass. I don't know. It's weird to me. But with that being said, I think this is a really good move. I think that what this is going to create for them is something that Microsoft is really lacking, which is, a way to sort of achieve getting Asian developers and things like that on board with your platform, which I think is going to be very interesting going forward, and a smart move for Sony to kind of do that, and to sort of get everything kind of straightened out like the way that they've managed to do. And again, very, very a bold move, and they've been making move after move, in my opinion, that has really kind of been a very interesting way for them to kind of continue to foster and move forward, because that's going to obviously be something that they're going to have to continue to do. There, you have to be progressive in the industry. I hate to say that, but honestly, you really, 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 really have to be progressive and make moves, that are gonna be something that other studios and other teams and things like that are obviously going to have trouble with and struggle with. So you have to be able to do that stuff, and I think that that's very smart. I can't wait to see what comes from this. I mean, obviously, coming from a good background with Capcom is a very smart thing to do. That's not the only news that we got today as well. Gran Turismo 7 got some pretty interesting news today, and I thought that this was something that obviously a lot of people are going to be interested in, because we're actually looking for a lot of information when it comes to what's coming out and what's coming to PlayStation in the future. And now we start to see that, and it's a very exciting thing. And for me personally, I find this to be very exciting, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys all think about that as well, because I think like this is the stuff that we've all kind of been striving to sort of to get, you know what I mean, to get this kind of information. So in particular, Gran Turismo 7 just got a bunch of new information. It's going to support ray tracing on PlayStation 5, but only in certain modes, according to the game's director. Speaking with Japanese website Game Watch, Polyphony Digital's Mr. Yamauchi revealed that for the time being, ray tracing is supported during replays and in the garage. For the time being, you can choose ray tracing in the replay even during the game. And then you can see the stage demo and the picture with ray tracing applied in the garage. More details on Gran Turismo 7 have also emerged online thanks to a few other interviews speaking with GT Planet. They confirmed that the game will feature more natural driving physics that will be better than those featured in GT Sport. Some of the best Gran Turismo players in the world have also helped Polyphony Digital improve the game's physics engine. In terms of physics, of course, it is something in the game that we have been involved with for the last 25 years. In GT7, I think you'll find the precision has increased. Also think you'll find it to be more natural, even more so than in GT Sport. Now we have people like Igor Fraga joining the family. We have feedback from them, so it has been very useful in tuning to that. Speaking to Eurogamer, the Gran Turismo 7 director also confirms the game will feature dynamic weather that will impact gameplay in some capacity. One other point of clarity that they wanted to make was about dynamic time and weather, which wasn't part of Gran Turismo Sport. They said in GT7 the time and weather will be moving in real time. That's all good news to me. Obviously, the recent blog post has said that Gran Turismo having a different approach to the weather system and how it works. I wonder if you could talk through a bit more about how the dynamic weather will work in GT7. Does it impact track surfaces, temperatures, and things like that? Does it rubber in over the course of an event? According to Mr. Yamauchi, he said, and I quote, "We don't have a system for simulating the amount of rubber that's laid on the track, but we do have a simulation of where the rain would create a level of water over the track. When a car passes over it, it will spray aside. And so the racing lines will dry quicker than the other parts of the track. That's something that is simulated and does affect the grip of the course accordingly as time goes on, and the track begins to dry in different places. The air temperature, the humidity, and then the road surfaces and the temperature will also be affected by these weather changes as well." So, dynamic weather, which is a big thing. People really want a dynamic time as well. I think that's super smart that they were able to, kind of keep up and sort of keep everybody in tune with that. And I find that to be incredible. And, I'm very happy with what they've been able to accomplish and talk about with Gran Turismo 7. Obviously, it's a game that many, many people are, looking forward to, obviously. Coming out March 4th, which is a day before my birthday next year. So anybody that wants to hook me up, feel free. I wouldn't say no. Let's just leave it at that. And with that being said, I really want to take time out to say thank you guys so much for rocking out with me and just being like fantastic people. Honestly, it just means the world to me. Thank you guys so much. And I hope you guys all have a great day and things like that. Take care of each other. Life is short, but be good to one another. Thank you guys for rocking out with me. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, Crap Gamer 'em up. Crap Gamer out.